first of hopefully many how-to videos. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Allison, and we're the ones normally behind the cameras.
Today we're going to share with you how to capture holiday memories in a creative yet budget-friendly way. We'll talk a little bit about equipment, but mostly about the rules, per se, of video and photography. You can apply everything we'll talk about in this tutorial in your future video endeavors. So, let's get started.
First, let's talk a little bit about the equipment you'll need. You'll need a camera of sorts, obviously. In our blog, we talked about the different types, so we won't bore you with that again. However, there are a few things that you'll find helpful and that will make your video a little better. Tripods are a photographer and videographer's best friend. You don't have to spend a small fortune on one. You can buy them for fairly cheap, around $20, for one that suits your needs. There are obviously more expensive, heavier duty ones out there, but for the amateur, a cheap one will be sufficient. There are also mini tripods, which sit right on your table that are great to just steady a shot or set up the camera to put on a timer. They're super cheap. You can get them for under $5, and they pretty much fit right in your pocket, so they take up zero room. The last steadying device I wanted to talk about was the monopod. It too can be relatively cheap, but works wonders for making that shot of yours a little less shaky. Cameras held in your hand alone will be shaky, so spending the $10 or so on one is a good idea. You don't need all three of these things, but at least one will save you a lot of headaches when you go look back on your videos and see they don't look like an earthquake was occurring when you shot it. The last piece of equipment you'll need is lighting.
The main thing to consider when capturing video is the lighting. Basically, the less lighting, the worse your video is going to turn out because your camera can't adjust well enough. Now, you don't have to spend a small fortune on an expensive light kit, but if you're serious about the perfect view, I recommend investing in one. For the more casual memory capturing, overhead or other light sources are your best friend. Depending on the type of bulbs you have in your light, you may get a bluish or yellowish tint, but it can be corrected later via editing software. After all, isn't a slightly colored video or photo better than nothing at all?
Another big thing to consider when you're taking photos or making video memories is the background. Nobody wants to see a plain white wall or a big mess. The nicest looking videos are the ones with an interesting yet not overpowering background. Christmas trees, fireplaces, or other holiday decorations that break up blank space are great backdrops to your family videos. Also, make sure when positioning people for photos that they do not look like they have some odd object going out of their head. Be creative and think outside the box, and your shots will be dynamic and eye-catching. And finally, be careful of what you're wearing so you don't blend into the background. Being camouflaged is great for hunting, but not so great for trying to capture memories. Another thing, don't get me wrong, I love those Santa hats and ugly sweaters as much as the next person. But do you really want to look back and see that? It's all a matter of one's taste, but I'd personally rather look overdressed than underdressed. Avoid t-shirts with phrases on them, or, trendy clothes that you might regret 5 years down the road. Also, you should avoid drastic hair changes right before the holidays. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've picked up a couple of pointers through our tutorial and you'll be able to make your holiday videos and photographs a little better. Keep checking back for our next video.
Happy holidays from Interglow Video to you.